Hi, and we are here today to make some lip balms using the Lip Balm Kit. Included in your lip balm kit should be 3 black cardboard tubes, a base oil blend, beeswax, and an essential oil blend. What you will need to provide for yourself at home is a double boiler. My double boiler of choice is a 4-cup Pyrex measuring cup in a saucepan that's halfway filled with water. You will need a hand towel to wipe off the outside of your double boiler so you don't introduce any water into your lip balms. A spoon or a chopstick to stir the wax as it melts. And not necessary but helpful is paper towel or a napkin to wipe out any wax or oils after you're done pouring. It's easier to clean it while it's still hot than to wait until after it cools down. So we have everything that's all set to get started. Let's get started. First thing that I'm going to do is take the beeswax and pour that right in there. All right. And I'm going to take my oil blend. I'm going to scoop that, get as much of that as I can into the double boiler. All right. And I'll stir that around to try to get it nice and flat and uniform in there. All right. So I got some coconut oil stuck on my spoon. Let that melt it off. All right. So we don't add the essential oils yet. We'll add this after everything's melted. But what you should do right now, if you have a chopstick or a clean finger, go ahead and make sure the discs on the cardboard tubes are pushed all the way down because we don't want any of the lip balm liquid leaking through. We want to make sure there's a nice tight seal. And I have 6 right here because I'm making some extra lip balms. So just to make sure that these tubes are all set. So while this is melting, I want to tell you some considerations to use while using these black cardboard lip balms tubes is make sure that the disc is secure on the bottom. We don't want to get this too hot. About 140 degrees is a good temperature for pouring it in here. So after this is melted, it's a good temperature. But you don't want to get too hot or the mixture might be too thin and it might leak out. And when you fill it, leave about a ½ inch from the top. This helps prevent dripping and it just makes it easier to pour. So those are the 3 considerations I use when using these cardboard tubes. So also, you don't want the water at a rolling boil. You just want it hot enough to melt the wax and not introduce water into your oil wax solution. So I'm just waiting for this wax to melt. I'm going to take a short clip here and I'll come right back as soon as this is done melting. So our wax is melted, so it's time to move on to our next step. All right, so I'll slide this part over. And put the tubes out here. Giving them enough space so you don't accidentally knock one over, because that's sad when that happens. All right, so I'm going to take the double boiler, or take the Pyrex cup out of the water, wipe off any water that might drip into the wax. And I am going to add the essential oil blend. Since everything is all measured out, what I'm going to do is pull off this orifice reducer, this little dropper thing here, and just pour the whole thing into my wax and my oil. And I'm going to mix this up. And it smells really good. And I'm going to pour it into the lip balm tubes, making sure to leave a 1/2 inch at the top. Nice and slow and easy. So make sure after these are poured, wait for them to solidify and get cool before you use them. You don't want to push up the disc from the bottom while they're still warm. It just doesn't work right. So just wait for them to cool. Write whatever you'd like on the labels. And I hope you enjoy your lip balms. And thank you very much.